Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Edoggz Reviews. Today we're going to be doing a masterpiece special. There will be a 3-part video, so I hope you will stick around and watch that. First we're going to go into the Transformer masterpiece MP-53 plus Senator Crosscut, and then after that is going to be Transformers masterpiece MP-26 Road Rage. So let's get started. So here is Crosscut. We have him in his robot mode on the right. We have his vehicle mode, which is a Honda City R. We have the Takara Tomy on the top right hand corner, and then the long life design on the bottom right corner. He is a Cybertronian High Counselor. Okay. We have the top of the box, which says Transformer Masterpiece MP-53 Plus, Senator Crosscut. We'll get into that when we get into his bio. And we have Senator Crosscut stunting with his weapon. We have the back of the box where we have the vehicle mode. The doors do open, the hood opens. We have this little moto campo, which is a mini motorcycle. The hatchback does open, just to show you that the driver, passenger side as well opens. And then we have these extra weapons. In this picture we have Reboost, we'll get him someday, Crosscut and Skids. And then we have him in his vehicle mode. On the bottom of the box we have the Honda logo and licensing, and that's it. Let's open the box. Here is your instructions that come with that little card. Very nice. We don't need this, but it's good to have. This is what's inside the box. We'll go through these weapons in a short moment. We have the little Moto Campo on the bottom left, and then we have the card in the middle. So starting with the weapons, we have this weapon here, which is dubbed as the Pulse Emitter. It's in chrome, just like the original G1 figures. It has this handle here. You can flip this handle back and you can plug it onto his arm. I'll show that out later. This one here is known as the stun grenade. Same thing as the first. You can plug it on the arm, or you can unplug the barrel to kind of give it like a different look to it. It's up to you what you want to do. And last is this piece right here, and this is known as the double vertical gun, and that also plugs in to his arm. Here is the Moto Campo. Let's get that in focus, please. Very nice. You can kind of make out the word Moto Campo on the back of the bike. Now this little guy's name is Clutch, and we'll get into that when we get to the bio as well. But very nice. And here is Crosscut in his vehicle mode. So it's all silver, picked out in black. Hubcaps are painted. We have the Honda badge on the grill. We have the city on the license plate. We have the Autobot symbol on the top. The windshield wipers is right there. The mirrors are inside for some odd reason, but let's correct that. That's supposed to be on the outside. We'll show that off in a second. Same thing on this side. You have the rear lights, yellow, red, and white. You can kind of make out the word Honda over here, and you can kind of make out the word City R on the other side. You have the sunroof here, and pretty much that's what it looks like underneath. Now, to show off your features, let's go back to the hood because we already started there anyway. And that's what it looks underneath the hood. Now, this is a throwback to the Binotech era of Transformers. You can just open that up, kind of see what's going on there. To open up the doors, you need to crack the back just a little bit and unpeg it from the side. So you have that going on. And it plugs it into this little rectangular piece right here. Same thing on the side, just unplug the back just a little bit. Kind of unpeg it, and you have that. And then the rear opens as well. Now you could store your weapons in here if you want to. I'll show that off when we get back to the vehicle mode. But pretty much this vertical gun goes into that little peg right there. And then you put your motorcycle in there as well. Let's give you some comparisons. Put this back together. Close this. Mirror's getting in my way. Alright, so let's bring in our first comparison, which is skids. The difference between these two, skids is a turbo, which is fuel injection. They're both manual. Radio, you know, standard sliding chairs. And you have the boot in the back. Not too sure if it came with the Moto Campo. If you happen to know, please leave it in the comments. That's what it looks like from the front. On Crosscut side, he has air conditioning. He has a refrigerator, the Moto Campo, sliding chairs, and you have the sunroof. That is the only difference is the engine. Skids has a better engine than excuse me. Crosscut has the better engine than Skids. That's what I need to say there. Right? It rolled pretty well. Let's bring out a couple of more comparisons, shall we? This is the MP-18S, which is the Silver Street, which is also known as the Gen 1 version of Blue Street. You have your options between these two. The only thing that's missing from here is that Autobot symbol that should be on the nose there. And that is a Nissan Fairlady. We have Ratchet, which is a Toyota. You can kind of see the difference there. And last but not least, we have Inferno, which is a Infuso, I believe. Infuso is the company that makes this fire truck. So you have your range of vehicles. Let's get these out. So we're going to start transformation, but we're going to start with this guy. This is Crosscut's drone named Clutch, and he does one thing, which is he can preserve his data and all of his memories, just in case something happens to him in a fight. We'll get into that in a second. So pretty much you have to find something to actually give you some leverage here to get in here. And once you have this up, this little thing right here, you can turn this piece. And what you do is you take these handlebars, you want to turn them backwards. They kind of look like a ski post type of deal. And what you want to do is you need to slide these past the seat. Right, so you have something like that, and you just want to push these in, like so. Turn this door, and that's it. We'll get back to this when we get back to the vehicle mode. Transformation is easy up until you get to the arms. They're very confusing, but you kind of get used to it. So what we do is we crack the back half open a little bit. Get these doors unpegged. Same thing on the other side. Get this door unpegged. This back door, bring that up. And you want to unpeg the hard top from the rest of the car. So it should be something like this. Next, we want to focus on the legs because they go up and then they go to the left and then they come back down. So we want to bring this piece up, like so. Right? So we're going to extend this backwards, like this. And then we're going to bring both of these pieces down. And there's two rectangular holes here, and then there's two pegs down there. And they clip together like so. Just like that. Then you bend at this black piece right here, like this. Same thing on the other side, like that. Now these back pieces right here, you want to fold them so that they cover this hole here. Sometimes you get a click, sometimes you don't get a click. Same thing, you want to bring this door closed. Right, like that. Let's focus on the feet. Let's get a good look at the feet. We want to bring this down, just like that. It's very simple. We're going to take this red piece, we're going to bring it up. Now, before we continue, there is a square hole there, and then there's a peg there. And just bring that up. Peg that in. You take the heel spur, which is located here, and you want to bring that back. Take the wheel, and it's going to just flip right over to the opposite side, like that. Take the feet, and you kind of just push in to make sure everything's all together. So you have this side done. Let's try that one more time. We're going to take the foot, bring it up. We're going to find, you want to bring the foot down like so. You want to peg this into that hole like that. You want to find the heel spur, which is here, and you want to bring it down like that. Take the wheel, you want to bring it over, and you want to bring it like this. Now you got your legs done. Right? This part you want to extend up like this, kind of free up some space, and we have to deal with the arms. So how to get the arms out, you kind of have to rotate them as you move them downwards, and you have to get it past the fender. So like that. You can leave them out like that. Same thing on this side, kind of rotate, leave them out like that. Bring this up like so. We'll come back to these arms in a second. The midsection where his abs is, you want to take this piece right here and you want to plug it in, and I'll show that off in a second. And then this piece right here folds up. Okay, there's a little peg on this side, you can kind of sort of see it right there, and then there's a hole on the bottom of this piece right here. They peg together like that. Bring this piece up like so. Now these two pieces are supposed to plug underneath the hood, so I may have to actually really look to see how this is going to happen. Okay, so that should be pegged in, right? Let's open up the hood one more time. You want to put these mirrors away, and they just simply fold in like that, like so. You close that up. Let's get the arms out of the way. So you want to take this peg, this piece right here. You want to undo this, right? And you want to wrap like this. And you need to find this little slot. There's a little slot right there, and you need to match that with this peg that's over here. Like so. You want to turn until this piece, this design I should say, is facing you. You want to swivel down, bring this forward, bring this down, and you bring this down as well. You turn at the wrist. Nope, I said wrist. And you got your arm done. Same thing on the other side. You want to unplug this piece like so. Bring this up. You want to find that little slot. You can barely see it. Peg that in. You turn, bring this down. So turn this around and bring this down here. And you're going to bring down the wrist. Turn at the wrist so it's facing the correct way. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. Take the windshield. You have to unpeg it from the hood, and his head is turned around while Skid's is turned the other way. So bring this up. Turn his head around like that. I wished that the head could slide a little bit forward, kind of like pegged in place type of deal. That's just a little minor thing for me. You want to bring this back like so. You want to fold at this crease that goes across the hard top. Want to fold in like this. And what that's going to do is going to expose a little slot that's under here. And there is a peg on his back. There's a little red peg there. And those go together. Okay, make sure that's go together. Make sure the wings are out. And there you have center crosscut, or just crosscut, in his robot mode. Looks really nice. We have a little bit of yellow peeking out on the bumpers, his shorts, and a little bit on these side pieces of his legs. And the black continues down his lower legs as well. So let's get a close-up of his face. See if it's going to zoom on his face. He has yellow eyes. With the silver mouth, and you have these little, let's call them racing stripes on the hood, and you have a little bit of yellow on the ears. This is what it looks like from the side. Let's move that back. And this is what it looks like from the back. Other side, and that is about it. Articulation. The head can turn around 360 degrees if you want to. Arms can go all the way back like so until they hit the door. But you can move the door out of the way and get 360 degrees if you want to. But that's the maximum. More than 90 degrees on the elbow due to the transformation. Plus, you can use the wrist to kind of do like other stuff if you need to do that. Rotation at the wrist, bicep, rotation at the waist, 360 degrees if you need to. Legs on a really nice ratchet, comes out to there. Knees, a tiny bit more than 90 degrees. Outward movement, not that much. You're only going to get that much until it hits the back panel on his shorts there. Thigh swivel. We're just going to bring this back. Oh, will it bring it back? Nope. On the upper thigh, it's not going to move. You could probably cheat it by using the knee to get that all the way back, or you could cheat by undoing that piece of the transformation and kind of get it all the way back like that. You could do that. Let's talk about weapons. All right, so let's see. Let's put you down for a second. We're gonna bring in his double vertical gun. You can put this on either arm, doesn't really matter. And there's two slots. There's one going across and there's one going horizontal of his arm. And you just plug this in. So you kind of have that kind of thing going on. This is his stun grenade. And again, you can pop it on top of the arm or the side of the arm. It's totally up to you what you want to do. So you have that option there. Now, the third gun doesn't really go anywhere. I wish it did, to kind of have it like on him, maybe, you know, plug it in the back or something like that. But you have to choose if you want the stun gun or if you want the pulse emitter. So what you do is you take this handle and you flip it back. And you could just swap out. Maybe they could have made like a shoulder mount kind of deal. You know, you kind of stick it on the shoulder, something like that. Or maybe have something on his leg. You can put it on a holster type of deal. Something like that. let's bring in somebody. Because we need to talk about his bio before we move on. So, according to my search in the Legends comics in the late 1980s, Crosscut was part of a team that attempted to protect the transformed supercar from being stolen by the Decepticons, but the Battle Changers were able to rev past Crosscut and a few others into the Ark. Another section says, from Collector's Edition, while on Cybertron, Crosscut was secretly commanded by Optimus Prime to go to Earth to undertake negotiations with humanity towards a formal alliance and build Autobot City. If you've seen the 1986 animated Transformers movie, that is Autobot City. Some people say it isn't. It's just, you know, a regular base that they put there. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you what you want to go by. Controversy. As an Autobot diplomat, Crosscut monitored the Galactic Justice Council plans for the trial Primacon in early 2011 and was appalled at their choice of a Quintesson to act as a judge. Now, the reason why he's not an ambassador, according to the comic books, before IDW came into the picture, he was an ambassador. When IDW started making the story, they made him into a senator. So that's where the story may be taking off at. So what it says here, in 2005 IDW continuity, his first appearance was in Robots in Disguise number 25. Crosscut is a former senator turned playwright. He was forged, possessed a virtuous negative spark, and developed a phobia of nanocons during the war. Became famous for being one of the few senators to take a stand during the early days of the Decepticon uprising, and celebrated for having liberated Patrax, I think the bird's name is Patrax, with wise words and shovel. However, Crosscut preferred people to know him for his art over wartime, and eventually produced a play entitled My Shovel, Your Base. So, to give you the skinny about this guy, pretty much Optimus Prime sent him on missions to go to different planets and you know, try to get them to be on their side, sort of kind of, and you know build relations, you know, and at the same time they would be built a recon station on each of these planets so that they could watch out and report for Decepticon activities, and they would send out troops to that area. So yeah, we are going to go back into the vehicle mode so I can show you how we're going to store this stuff in his boot. So we're going to unpeg this and unpeg that. Also, I need to show you how these arms and hands is going to transform back in there. So what I like to do, I like to start with the easy stuff first, going back into the vehicle mode. So we're going to extend the feet, right? We're going to take this wheel, we're going to flip this back. Take this red piece, which is his foot, unpeg, bring that back. Take this heel spur, bring that forward, and we're going to shove this inwards like that. Same thing on the other side. Bring the foot down a little bit. Take the toe, unpeg it. This one is on there kind of hard, like that. Take the wheel, bring this around, and we're going to take the heels first, bring this up, take the foot, bring it all the way around, and then you take this and you shove like that. So we have this done. Take these little doors and you want to bring those up. Same thing on the other side. Bring this up like so. You want to undo these knees like that and like that. Right? So before we go any further than this, you need to unpeg the hardtop with the sunroof. Yeah, undo that. Unfurl like this. Extend this back piece just in case. Take the head. You can leave the head down like this if you want to, or you can turn it around. I'm gonna turn it around because that's how it was packaged. And we're gonna flip this in like so. Right, so we're going to take this leg, you're going to bring it like this, and we want to fold the lower leg up like that. Same thing, take the lower leg, bring it up, bring the other portion of the leg and bring that down. Like so. So you should have something like this. Now since we're here, matter of fact, that's not. But let's wait. We're going to take these two panels and you're going to clip these together. Take this piece right here. It should be pegged together. If not, give it a good squeeze. And you want to bring in like that. So we have the rear of the car already. So we're going to unpeg this because we need the room. We're going to take these side pieces. We're going to bring those down and to the side like that. So I'm going to get this out, bring this down, peg that back. Same thing. Bring this down, bring it like that. So you should have that going on. Now, arms are going to be very complicated. So you want to take this piece, turn the fist so it's matching this side, the one that has no slots in it, and you want to bring it inwards like that. You turn this around like so. You need this side, and you want to unpeg this like that. Right? And this is where I get lost, so forgive me. So you want to bring this, you want to make sure that the wheel is on the outside. And you want to turn this like so. You want to turn this on the inside like that. Right? You take this piece right here, flip this in. Like that. Like this. It should be like this. We're going to turn it anyway because we have to fill in this, fill in that little socket. So it's going to be something like this. We're going to rotate that in. I'll show that. Same thing on the other side. Turn this like that. Bring it up here. take this piece right here, open that, close it like so. You know you got it right when you have the wheel on this side, like so. Fold at the elbow. Now it looks like a mess, but trust me, this is the only way I can do it. All right, so how are we going to get this in here? Easy. So we want to make sure that the arm is on the inside, the forearm is on the inside, like that. It has to be in, like, just like that. And we got to get it over that little fender. It's not much room to work with, but you can get it. Same thing on this side. You want to turn like so. Make sure that's like this. And we need to turn this piece like that. And as we're going in here, right, this should turn inwards like that. So inward like this. But we need it on that side. We need this piece on this side of the bumper. So this will be incorrect. If you got this like this, that would be incorrect. So you just flip that down like that. Then you flip over. Right? So you should have something like that. The arms don't peg into the hood of the car or anything like that. It's more of a feeling that you get that you have it right. So what we do is we want to push these two together, bring this down, and we're going to peg this together. All right, so we're going to close the door, slide that back, peg that together, take this door, slide it forward, bring it down, and it has to peg in. Or it's not going to work. There we go. Now let's take a moment here. Let's peg this in. We're going to push the windshield down. Now, since we're here, we're going to take the vertical gun here and we're going to peg it into that wall. And you could undo all of this. I'm going to give it a whirl. Let's see if I can do it this way. You know what? I don't feel like being bothered. So we're going to do this real quick. Open that. Let's get that in here. Ooh, no. And that's how that goes in now. Now you can actually close all of this up. So you're going to take your little Moto Campo. You want to stick that in there. like that. Close this up, push that in, and there you have him back into his Honda City R. We got to get the mirrors out. I'm always forgetting the mirrors. And there you have it. Very nice figure. This is probably one of the best figures in a while since we got. So there you go. So coming up next will be Road Rage. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any comments, please drop them down below. If you're not subscribed, you should. You know, this is a fun channel, I think. So yeah, please stay tuned for part 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.